Hello everybody, I'm Brian from Orchids by Brian, and if you don't know where I am so excited to share it with you. I am at the 2025 Redland International Orchid Festival here at the Fruit and Spice Park in Homestead, Florida. You are in for a treat. This show is incredible. So let's go check out all of the amazing blooms at this show this year from the vendors. This is preview day, so you can come this weekend and buy some gorgeous plants. So here we go, the Redland International Orchid Festival. All right, I'm here with my friend Kaysen at Lee Orchids. Now, tell me a little bit about some of the plants you brought here, Kaysen, all the way from Hawaii.
Yes, all the way from Hawaii. So we got a lot of blooming size stuff. So over here we got a lot of the green plants. These are all blooming size. We put a picture of each of what the flower will look like. Like I said, Brian said, these all came from Hawaii. So that's why they have the newspaper in them. We shipped them all here. And they got here looking pretty decent.
Yeah, they're amazing. These are awesome. Oh my gosh.
Yeah. And then the green flashes up here, these are all in bud or flower.
Wow.
These ones are super easy to grow, the green flash. A lot of people like them, like especially if you're like a newbie or like you don't really know about orchids, because they bloom about maybe like 2 to 3 times a year, and they last about maybe 3 to 4 months. So these guys are always in bloom, the green flashes. Oh, we also brought some spectabules. I know a lot of people like that.
Oh yeah, the flowers on these are awesome.
Yeah, it's kind of
like alien.
Yes, exactly, alien.
So unique.
Yeah,
oh
people, they call it the alien orchid. And then we also have the aureum form of the spectabule.
Oh wow, nice.
I never actually saw that one in bloom before, so these guys are gonna be like the first bloomer ones. But
wow,
yeah, I'm pretty excited to see those.
That's awesome.
And then we
got
got
some dendrochilum here too.
Yeah, those ones smell amazing.
Yeah,
man.
Oh yeah, they kind of have like this honey sort of fragrance to them.
Yeah,
those are really nice.
But they're super.
And your prices are awesome.
Yeah.
Holy cow, these plants are huge. I don't know. Like here, let me show you this. Look at the size of this plant. That is massive. Nice.
Try and give out good deals to our customers.
Wow, oh my gosh, that's awesome. And over here you have
we
have some paphiopedilums too.
Yeah, so these are all the paths we brought. We can't have way more, but just the ones that were in bud right now were these ones. They're just like hybrids.
Nice.
Yeah.
These are awesome.
Hot plants.
Yeah.
And then these guys over here, these are the the Cattleya stuff that are in bud.
Oh yeah.
In flower.
Oh my gosh, look at all of them. Yeah, the Naomi's Delight.
Oh yeah, that one is super popular.
Nice. Oh yeah.
Bright orange flower. I love that one.
Wow.
It's one of my favorites.
These are awesome, and they're in bud or flower.
Yeah. Wow. And then we got this one right here, this Hippodamia 4N times Lime Sherbet 4N. I'm not sure if that's a registered cross yet, but
nice.
Yeah, that one is still really nice. Wow. I mean, all these flowers, they're all the same cross, but I saw they look different. Like this Golden Glory, for example, some of them bloom orange, and then you can see here some of them are this reddish color.
Oh yeah, look at that.
The yellow.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah,
so much good stuff here. You guys always, wow. Look at this. I love the why nots. These are so cool. So floriferous. They have so many flowers, and look at every single one of these is in spike or bud or bloom.
Yeah, up until recently I didn't know, but the yellow form is a rare form of the why not. So the red one is the one that is the most common, but
oh yeah, nice. Look at that. You've got the
nice. It's
It's
because we have so many, so I thought, it's just a common plant, but
that's awesome.
It's really rare, but yeah. And then we got some Dawianas and Dawiana variety Rosita. Those ones are really popular as well.
Wow.
Yeah.
That is awesome. Very cool. And look at this. Here's our boys right here. Their information. Lee and Company, Hilo, Hawaii. Check them out here at Redland. And here we have Floralia. They have beautiful plants from Brazil. Look at these Nobilar. Oh, wow. So many beautiful plants. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Interglossa Cerulean. These are beautiful.
I remember you from the other show.
Gosh, when you go
And this is your mom.
to these shows, you see so many beautiful plants.
Nice to meet you. I'm Casey.
Look at these little rupiculus lalias. The Bradii, Babstii, Cattleya clandii, albescens. Wow. Oh my gosh, so many options. Everyone going to this show is in for a treat.
Yeah, if at the end of the show we don't sell out, then we'll
These are so nice. And they have even more over here. Cattleya granulosa, which have a delicious fragrance. They are beautiful plants. BLC Durigan Aries. And I love the intermedia. Look at, they have intermedia Cerulean flamea, which is so unique. Oh my gosh, Forbesi aurea. As you know, I am a sucker for Brazilian species, and Floralia obviously has so many beautiful plants. Cattleya venosa, schilleriana, clandii. Wow. These encyclias. Even Cattleya warzawisii. And Triani. Oh, look at this. Even some Sophronitis. Look at the size of that. That's a huge Sophronitis brevipediculata. Wow. Sophronitis roseum, Laelia milleri, pumila. Wow. So cool. These are the folks at Floralia. Here's tropical plants from South America. And they have, my gosh, it is like a treasure hunt. There are so many beautiful plants. Cattleya maxima. They even have some Phragmipedium bessie, Phragmipedium warzowisianum, variety Wallisii. And look at this, Miltoniopsis bismarckii. That's beautiful too. Wow. And then if you like aroids, look at the size of these beautiful aroids. I love when these international vendors come to the show. They have so many beautiful blooms, and they have some miniatures over here, which of course I love. The Lapanthes and Platystelli. Oh my gosh, look at this. Lapanthes, Telebuconiflora and Tentaculata. Here's a Dresslerella pertusa. You don't see very many Dresslerellas available. I don't think I've ever seen that one. So there's so many. Oh my gosh, this Redland show is going to be incredible, everyone. Oh my gosh. So again, this is tropical plants from South America, orchids and aroids alike. Lapanthes larvina, which I have one in my collection, and the flowers have been constantly in bloom. Let's come over here. We have even more to show. Look at this Sobralia. You see it? There we go. A little hard with the reflection, but wow, what beautiful stuff. Here's another booth with so many. My gosh, look at these orchids and bromeliads. Holy cow, these bromeliads are gorgeous. Wow. And then of course some Vanda and sun-loving orchids. They've got oncidiums, different tropicals, Cattleyas. Wow, look at this. Here's some bare root divisions. $15 each. Wow. And I mean, you can get massive, massive specimens. These, I know folks grow these both in the home where I'm from, but here they can actually grow outside, which I'm jealous of. I wish that I was able to grow these plants outside. I have way more space for orchids. I wouldn't be so limited on what I'm able to grow. But wow. So nice. Now, I'm going to try to show you as many as we can. We'll come back around on the other side. Here's my buddies at Quest Orchids. I know they're bringing a ton more blooms tomorrow, the first day of the show. They're known for their amazing Schomburgkias, Vandas, Cattleyas. Gabriel has a phenomenal display here. Look at the size of this Brassavola. That is huge. Now, I visited their nursery in January last year and was so impressed by all of their blooms. And every time I see them, I swear they have even more flowers. That's what I love about these orchid shows. I tell you, you can go every year and see plants you've never seen before. And when you have local vendors that grow in these local conditions, it can be very helpful, especially if you live here in Florida. You're looking, say, if you're a beginner or someone new to orchids, you know that these plants are going to grow well for you in these conditions in Florida. And then if you're someone like me who's traveled in for an amazing show like this, there's vendors of all different kinds with so many different blooms. How amazing, oh my gosh. And look at this guy up front here. This is really nice. Wow. Like I said, Quest always puts on quite the display of orchids. And here's some beautiful tropicals. Oh my gosh, check these out. Wow. To be able to grow these aroids outdoors here in Florida, like I said, I'm jealous. These are beautiful. They have all different types of aroids, monsteras. Wow, look at that. Huge plant. I had a chance to visit Nature Nell's house, and I saw some of these and the size that they can grow to become. It's like a jungle, and I love it. Love it, love it, love it. So, what a beautiful display. I could go crazy. All right, let's keep going over this way. Let's see what we have over here. Some supplies. Of course, if you need any supplies for orchid growing. It looks like there's lots of Hoyas. Yeah, wow, look at all the Hoyas. Oh my gosh. Every Hoya you can imagine. Look at these. Wow.
What's that one?
I can't see the name. Well, I see there is a name, but what a bloom. That is amazing.
It's huge. I know there's a really, really big one out there.
Wow. Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen a Hoya flower that large. That is incredible.
Yes, I've seen them.
Wow. They're all so unique.
Oh, I know.
You could go crazy once you get into them, right? Then you're...
You're stuck.
But hey, it ain't so bad. I can get behind it. Wow. What a place. Holy cow. If you love Hoyas, this is the place to go.
Yummy, yummy.
They're so unique. Nice. You can find some that are in bud or bloom here. And the diversity of flowers. Can't go wrong. Look at these guys up here. Oh, cool. All right. Let's keep going into the show. Like I said, this is setup day. So, folks are just setting up. So, you might come tomorrow and find even more orchids in bloom. Look at all of the aroids here. Oh my gosh. You are just you're gonna have your picking. This is plant stop And then over here is NT Orchid Nursery. And they have beautiful stuff. They're just getting set up. Wow. So beautiful. Wow. Over here is Jinghua Orchids. Jinghua always has an amazing selection of plants. This show is no different. Vandas, orchids, Cattleya orchids. And you can see they even have some in bloom and in bud. So you really have to take your time to go through and see all of the amazing plants that these international vendors bring to the show, because you will be pleasantly surprised at the variety. I love stopping by these international vendors. Here's an Oxyoclides monophylla. There's actually an Oxyoclides maculata that grows here in Florida. It is not native, but it's largely adapting to the environment here, but it's called the monk orchid. Here's vanilla Perrieri. So cool. Oh my gosh. Duck underneath here. And see if I can highlight a couple more blooms. Wow. Like you said, there's so many flowers. So nice. We'll stop over here. I think this is Wilson Orchids. Yeah. Here we go. Wilson Orchids always brings incredible plants at phenomenal prices. Cattleya, Violacea, rubra, Taiwan. Like I said, you're seeing this Thursday, day before show, so these growers have everything in stock right now. So get here early tomorrow and buy up some of these incredible plants, some of these Phalaenopsis. Oh my gosh, look at this. Falsoco Vivian Wilson. Gorgeous. This is the one I really like here. Stuartiana Nobilis, Wilson. I love those flowers. And look at this. I bet this in person is unbelievable. Falgiho Dance Girl Wilson. But wow. And then even some Peloric Phalaenopsis here. Schilleriana and Dendrobium spectabile alba. And now the orchids, the sea of orchids continues. Look at this. Wow. So many flowers. Oncidiums and Dendrobiums. Gosh, this is an amazing display. Look at these flowers here. Those frilly lip and petals. And look at the Vandas. Oh my gosh. Oh wow. Really, anyone, whatever you're looking for at this show, whatever type of orchid you collect, if you collect Cattleyas, you collect miniatures, you collect Vandas, you're going to find that here at this show. And you'll find incredible plants at amazing prices too. Wow. That is so nice. Like I said, folks are still unpacking all of their plants for the show. And there are so many vendors at the show. I think there's about 90 orchid and plant vendors at Redland. I'm going to try my best to highlight as many as possible. Here's some more beautiful plants here. I see some Hoyas, some cacti, some other assorted tropicals. Wow. And the Fruit and Spice Park is really, it's just wonderful. Look at the size of these, like monsteras. Just amazing. Look at this. There are vendors everywhere. If I miss a booth, I promise it's only because there's so much to see, and it's just hard to keep track of everywhere you're going. My gosh. You can like turn down so many different rows. Here's the Orchidique. Let's stop over in this aisle, see what we have in bloom. There's no shortage of blooms. Wow, wonderful dendrobium here. This is lots of orchids. You know, it's mid-afternoon, it's a little dark, but lots of Vandas. Vanda seedlings. Look at this. That is really beautiful. Wow. $15 for big Vanda seedlings. Here's Vanda Sanderiana. Oh, wow. I love it. Here's those antelope dendrobiums that are so popular here in Florida. I understand why, but look at all the way up above. You've got blooms. Wow. Like I said, Cattleyas, Vandas. So pretty. I left my light at home because I brought too much gear. I wish I brought it because you could really appreciate the colors on these blooms a little bit better. But nonetheless, just an impressive display. I love visiting these shows. I want to thank Bart Moats and the Moats family, one, for all the work they do to put on these amazing shows. It takes an army. And I know how much work it is. I can't imagine, I should say, how much work it is to put on a show at this scale. This is one of the, if not the largest, this is the largest orchid festival in the country, short of course, Tamiami, which they also put on. So these guys are experts at putting on unbelievable international shows. Wow, look at these up here. Beautiful Cattleyas. Cattleya Pyphoon, Delight, Goldeneye. Wow. And of course they have some Phalaenopsis displays. So if you're looking to, add a nice centerpiece to your table, these Phalaenopsis orchids last a very long time for those of you who might be new to the hobby. And they're really easy to grow with just a few steps. Wow. Look at this. Oh my gosh, this is crazy. Rhyncholalia Cattleya Platinum, Sun, Pachara Fancy. Unbelievable. I brought my buddy Jeff and Jake here to the Orchid Festival to look around. I think I have Jeff hooked, everybody. We've converted him to the orchid world.
I was interested in buying a flower.
There we go. All right. See? That's what it's all about, people. Inspiring folks. Buy their orchid, you'll realize these plants just have a reputation that doesn't represent what it is. With a little research, they're easy to grow. So if you want to leave a comment of what your first orchid was, give Jeff some inspiration for his first purchase here at Tamiami. Look at this. Beautiful specimen size. That's a huge Encyclia bractescens. species from Brazil, or from Belize. I know we're gonna have some macaras here. This is Soroa orchids, which is right up the road from the Fruit and Spice Park. And these are such cool flowers. Oh my gosh. Wow. Let's take a look at some of these orchids from Soroa. Look at this. This looks like a amazing Thailand. Well, take a guess. Let's see how good. I got it. All right, amazing Thailand. Check out that flower. That is unreal. And then here's a Cattleya violacea. It's got that very faint flares on each of those petals. And Soroa has many orchids available. And I love their variety of Cattleyas with flares today. That one's very unique, kind of like a salmon colored bloom. And here's a cool little, I think it's a Renanthera maybe? I always get this name right, or sorry, wrong. Renanthera yen Soroa by Renanthera monachica. Here's some vanilla planifolia, of course. That spice that we all know and love as an orchid. Vanilla planifolia, and there's variegated varieties of the vanilla. And this beautiful white Cattleya, they have several here in bud. I see that one there. In bud, will have beautiful blooms soon. Cattleya ludemaniana, rubra, and some more beautiful standard Cattleyas. I like how they have displayed those here. Wow. That's amazing. Really nice stuff here. Very cool. Over here we have some Schilleriana mounted on poles. Hopefully you can see that decently well. So nice. And the pollinators, they are happy. I'll tell you that. This is Florida Orchid House. And they have some amazing flowers here too. A wall of Vandas and dendrobiums right here. Look at these dendrobiums. Holy cow. I love their little corkscrew petals. These love sun, but they're not that difficult to grow actually. They're pretty easy. I've grown one in the home, and depending on your conditions, they don't have to be super huge. Now come inside here. Wow. Look at this. That's amazing. Holy cow. The sea of red Cattleyas. And then check these out. That's beautiful. Wow. Look at that lip. That is humongous. Wow, they even have miniatures too. If you're looking for something that stays compact. Wow. Hi, how are you?
Great, how are you?
Great. You have a beautiful booth. It is gorgeous. Oh my gosh. Wow. The flowers are just amazing. Look at these. And this Vanda's beautiful here too. Look at that. Wow. And here's some Ingrecum. Look at that. And Oncidiums. And they even have some lady slipper orchids here. These are easy growers, wonderful growers in lower light conditions. Good option for my buddy Jeff. But look at these beautiful Oncidiums. Some of them having that chocolatey fragrance. Yep, these kind of smell like raspberry. Wow. What a booth. I'm excited to go out there though and see all of the flowers on the outside, because That is, this is, oh my gosh, look at this. Wow. That is crazy. Oh my gosh, a wall of incredible blooms. This booth is definitely one of the most jaw-dropping that I've seen. Look at this. Oh, wow.
Okay.
So cool. They're not even done setting up. They got more flowers to add. That's awesome. That's Florida Orchid House. They have really nice stuff. We have some nice blooms here. This booth is full of flowers. Wow. My gosh. Zygopetalum brassias, Paphiopedilum oncidiums, the zygotes.
Yeah, traveling all the time. Too much of the stuff.
Wow.
Did you say, Alex, that this arrows was not arrows?
Wow. So nice.
This one was. That one is. The one that. Oh, the other one. The other one.
And over here is AWZ from Brazil. They have beautiful stuff here. Look at that. Hey there, how are you? Good to see you again.
Yes, how are you?
I'm doing great. Excited to see all these beautiful Brazilian species and hybrids you brought.
Yes.
Wow, check these out, everybody. These are amazing.
Just pull these out and see them.
Triani, Walkeriana, Trilobello.
These lost a few weeks.
Wow. AWZ has a phenomenal selection every time you come to the show. These bare roots divisions right from Brazil. Some plants you really can't find anywhere else. Look at that. Wow. Now that is amazing. Look at that Violacea hybrid there. Wow. And over here.
Big chunks of charcoal and let it.
These are beautiful too. Oh my gosh. And even some compactors. So nice. Wow. These are gorgeous. Nice.
They like hot.
That's awesome. This is AWZ. There we are. From Brazil. And I think over here is my buddies at Orchidias. They're just unpacking some of their beautiful plants here. And we'll have to stop by and see them tomorrow. As with Orchidias Cattleya from Colombia. So nice. Wow, look at this. Oh my. These blooms. What a variety of orchids they have here at Smiley's Orchids. My gosh, beautiful zygopetalums, paphiopedilums, oncidiums. Like I said, this is just preview day, Thursday before the show. Check out these little peonies. That's something you don't see very often at all. Peony, beautiful little flowers. I've never seen those flowers before. Like I said, these international shows are fantastic opportunities to see orchids. All right, and now I'm here at the Ecuagenera booth with Yvonne Fortia. Yvonne, what did you guys bring? You have a couple of things here. No, you have a ton of stuff, but
couple of thousand.
yeah, right.
Yeah, here we have some Cattleyas, Cattleya species, Cattleya hybrids. We have some aroids, also peperomias, like many different kinds. And we have frangipediums that will grow warm, more modest, sobralias. And also we have a small flasks, little things like lepantes, Yeah, Nocteta, Lepantes nocteta, that's doing really well. You know, they're miniature orchids. They don't get very big.
Nice.
So there is some things in bloom too. So we are here ready for the Redlands Orchid Show this weekend. Yep.
Awesome. Thank you.
Oh, my pleasure.
So cool. I love it. And as Yvonne mentioned, they have so many beautiful plants. Check out these Cattleyas. Oh my gosh. They have beautiful plants. Look at this guy here. Some that I haven't seen before. If you love orchids, you've definitely heard of Ecuagenera. They have amazing live sales online that you can purchase some of these plants right from Ecuador. But if you're lucky enough to see them and visit their booth at these shows, boy oh boy, you are in for a treat. They have gorgeous orchids and also amazing aroids. I know they have several species of neotropical blueberries, which I love. It's one of my favorite things to collect. And then, of course, like Yvonne was talking about, some of those flasks of some very uncommon miniature orchids. And speaking of miniatures, look at the size of these. They have some huge plants. Look at that, Lapanthe centaculata. Wow. So cool. And then these blooms over here. Wow. These are so nice. And look at this white Cattleya here. Wow. So nice. And then this is, folks, at Ecuagenera. And here's Orchidias amazonicas from Peru. And they have a beautiful booth they're setting up here. But they have such gorgeous stuff. And if you like minis, this is a place to stop in. So nice. So many beautiful plants. I bought lots from them in the past, and they are awesome. Here's Vicky's Orchids right next door. Gorgeous display here. Look at these Cattleyas and Dendrobiums and Phalaenopsis. And of course, we have our aroids for folks growing here in Florida. Wow. What a nice booth this is. Just so pretty. And the flowers, oh my gosh, the plants, huge. Vicky's orchids. Look at that plant there. It's a little bit difficult to show the color because the sun's facing the wrong way. Now here's my buddy's Florida Suncoast Orchids, Jim Roberts. I know I highlighted his amazing plants at Waldorf's open house this past week, or I should say last month, not this past week. I'm tired. I just got in on a flight this morning because I'm a little tired. But anyway, Florida Suncoast Orchids, amazing Cattleya hybrids. Oh my God. Do I have to say anything else? I don't think so. Look at that. Wow. This is how you can tell expert growing. That is beautiful. And check out these flowers here. Wow. Here's another one of those beautiful blooms. Look at the size of that plant. And this is for sale. $1,500 for this absolutely unbelievable specimen. What a deal. If only my grow tent was bigger, or I had a greenhouse. This is also beautiful. Wow. So nice. Maybe more blooms here. Look at all these flowers. Beautiful Cattleyas from Florida Suncoast. Not too far from here. Wow. And there's Jacob. Hopefully we're going to get him in on the orchids here pretty soon. It's worth a try. Here's Odom's orchids. Oh my gosh. Look at all the flowers. You guys have such a colorful booth.
It really is good color right now.
It is. Oh my gosh. Wow. Look at this flower here. I love Odom's orchids. I heard about them many years ago from my mom. She bought several plants from Odom's, and I've added a few to my collection too, and they grow so well. But wow, oh my gosh. Look at this. And it goes all the way over here onto this side too. Like I said, just a sea of color. Wow. And now we have a couple growers down here. Orchid plantation in Hawaii. And they have some unique little minis. Look at these. White Cattleyas here in bud. Wow. And they're fragrant too. So many blooms. Orchid plantation in Hawaii. Love seeing these international vendors and growers from all over here at this show. This looks like Ritter orchids to me. Possibly, let's see. I have to look and see, but look at these. Look at these blooms here, wow. That is beautiful. Could be wrong on whose booth this is, but they have so many flowers. Look at these compact growers here. Wow. So nice. Like I said, this is setup day, so I don't have all the names of the folks here, but there's some wonderful catasetums over on this side that they're setting up. And then look at this, orchids in bloom. Holy cow. This nursery is incredible. If you ever have the opportunity to visit, they are amazing. Renanthera philippinensis. And of course, oh my gosh, look at all these flowers. Wow. Orchids in bloom near Popka, Florida. Oh my gosh. An incredible, incredible display. And over on this side, here's equator plants. Looks like several aroids available over here. Here's some columnia and some massive, massive aroids. This is so big. Oh my gosh. And then over here, some more beautiful houseplants. I'm going to keep walking over this way. Oops, excuse me. Sorry. Show you a couple more blooms over here. And then wrap up this tour. Wow, look at this. Oh wow, that is beautiful. Look at that, green and purple with flares. What is this? Chongyubens. Wow. This is J&J Plant Corp. And then over here is Vine & Co. Plant Boutique. They're also setting up. And then of course, if you're looking for herbs, they even have herbs. Herbs at an orchid festival. All right, let's go take a look around the last loop and then we'll wrap up this pre-show tour. Like I said, this is one of the largest orchid festivals in the world, and they have so many flowers. Here's Peru Flora setting up here. They have beautiful blooms. My gosh. Look at all these plants, huge plants from Peru. And they're setting up here, so the beautiful stuff. Peru Flora. What a place. And then we're gonna go around this corner. And I think that is going to wrap up this quick tour of the setup for the show. Here's the man himself. Hey there, Bart. And we have over here a couple more vendors to highlight. This is Accent Orchids. Look at Accent Orchids. Their booth is full of flowers. Like I said, a lot of folks are still setting up their booths with blooms, lots of dendrobiums and zygopetalums here at Accent Orchids. These guys are near St. Petersburg, Florida. So wonderful local orchid grower. You can see they have so many flowers, and they're still adding more. Look at this dendrobium here. Wow. So nice. And then over here, even more blooms. Boxes and boxes of flowers. You could go crazy at this orchid show. Shambo, Cattleya, Henrique, Romero. Look at the flares on this flower here. In natural Brian Delaney fashion, I promised my friends we would be out of here by 4. What time is it?
4:10.
4:10. I'm doing pretty well. I'm doing pretty well. 3:30 was the first time. But you know, when you come to these shows, it's very easy to get caught up in all of the blooms. Here's Plantilla La Orquídea, specializing in Venezuelan orchid species. And they brought so many flowers. They're over near Tampa. And their booth is beautiful. So nice. Here's Green Barn Orchid Supplies, if you're looking for orchid supplies. And then here's Hiko Bonsai, Wonderful bonsai trees here too. Like I said, at setup day, folks are just getting set up with all their blooms. This must be Kroll Smith. Wow. Oh my gosh. Look at that. That is a flower. Wow. Kroll Smith always brings an amazing, amazing selection of blooms. Lots of buds, lots of flowers. Even have some cymbidiums here. There's the bloom. But their whole booth is surrounded with gorgeous flowers. Wow, look at all these. And they're adding even more that you'll be able to see at the show this weekend if it's not already out. Look at this flower. Beautiful Vanda. Cassidy has bought a few Vandas from these guys. Matter of fact, I believe this is the one, yeah, this is the one she has from them. How pretty is that? Wow. Beautiful blooms. This is a pretty flower as well. Wow. So nice. That is gorgeous. So nice. We're going to go across the way here. This, I think, is Ritter orchids. Look at all the flowers. Wow, they're just unpacking here. So there's even more to see. Check out this orchid here. It's almost black. And of course, they're known for their iconic bins. All kinds of flowers in there. Amazing. All right. Let's go over to the last side, and then I think that will wrap it up. We're going to go over by Ophi's and see that. So they have some good stuff over here. Like I said, you can get lost so easily at this show. But this is definitely the last section that I'm going to highlight. Fruit and Spice Park is a beautiful little park here in Homestead, Florida. Lots of fruit trees, and it's amazing. And now this is the last little corridor to highlight. And I think it is a great one to close out on. Wow, look at all these flowers in here. Oh my gosh. These are beautiful. Look at this. Wow. And here's a native orchid that can be found here in Florida. Ionopsis utriculoides. Oh my gosh. Look at these. Wow. This is amazing. You could go crazy at this show. Wow. Here's a gorgeous Walkeriana. That is so nice. Oh my gosh. And then over here is Springwater orchids. Springwater has some beautiful blooms here too. Wow. These are gorgeous. Look at these little paphipetalums. Nice. Oh my gosh. Wow. Beautiful, beautiful plants. What a show. And look at these little minis here. That's spring water. Here's the boys at Ophi Orchid Supplies, where you can get all your orchid supplies you need: fertilizer, insecticides, fungicides, baskets, pots, potting materials, anything you need. They are phenomenal. Now over here, these guys are setting up, but tons of Vandas and bare root orchids. Wow. Here's Mac's orchids. My buddy Mac, I stopped by Mac's nursery in the summer, and he has so many amazing plants. We love Mac's orchid, specializing in those Asian orchid species. Look at all these. He has such humongous, huge plants. Oh my gosh. Wow. Specializing in those grammatophyllums. Look at the grammatophyllums. Holy cow. What a great booth from our buddy at Mac. Our buddy Mac at Mac's Orchids. The Asian orchid source. Okay. Over here, this is Blooming Paradise. And they are also one of my favorite places to stop in. And they have great stuff. I did a tour of their nursery in the summertime. And they have gorgeous stuff. Hi there, how are you again? Good to see you. And look at these, oh my gosh. Huge bare root Cattleyas. And even some minis here. Some Lepanthes. Wow, Patastelli. These are gorgeous. I love it. And then we have Backyard Blooms, one of my favorite people. They have amazing plants here. Look at these minis. These are so nice. I love their stuff. Wow. I love my friends at Backyard Blooms. I'm going to step into their booth. I hope it's okay. But look at all these flowers. Oh my gosh. They have great, great plants. Definitely stop by and see them. Stop by and see everybody. You never know what you're going to find at this show. And then my buddies are here. I have 2 more spots. And then we are on the road. Beautiful, beautiful stuff here. Look at this. Oh my gosh, look at the Vandas. Wow. What an amazing display of Vandas. This is Sierra Madre, Orchids and Bromeliads. And boy, do they have an amazing show of Vanda orchids. So nice. This is beautiful. So nice. All right, everybody, that's going to conclude my tour of the 2025 Redland International Orchid Festival. I hope you enjoyed all of the amazing blooms that they have here. Thanks so much to the Moats family for letting me stop in and film this video for all of you. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you in the next video. With that, I'm Brian from Orchids by Brian. Goodbye. I'm going shopping. Goodbye.